Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm excited to share with you a new watch today. This is the Buyalov Radioroom, otherwise known as the RR01. This is a design that comes from the designer of Vostok watches. He's been working on Vostok since the early 2000s, and he started his own watch brand. His name is Dmitry Buyalov, and you can see his namesake as the brand up there below the 12 o'clock marker. This is one of his designs. It's a really cool watch, much more than just a loud statement piece or a wildcard watch, in my opinion. There's some very solid value for money, a good proposition at play here, and some really cool design inspiration. So this watch, the design stems from a marine clock commissioned by the Russian Navy in the early 1960s called the 5CHM. I'll drop a picture of it in here. You can see Dimitri's done a nice job of replicating that conical form, the bolts on the top of the bezel. You know, that's actually it's actually pretty cool. So that's where the case design stems from. If we take a look at the dial, let's go in on a macro level. You can see a beautiful texturized dial here. It's a geoform that has been rotated 45 degrees on its center axis. So it's got a really interesting look. You can notice chamfered edges here on each one of those lines that crisscross on the dial. Very nice detail. This also has a marine design inspiration. It stems from what are known as anechoic tiles, and they are placed on a submarine hull to dampen sound emanating from inside the hull, but also absorb sonar that's sent out from the outside. So a really interesting design inspiration, very nice execution. You can see it's just really awesome to see on the watch. It's a good backdrop for the applied markers, the bold beveled hands, the date framed at the 6 o'clock position. Again, your applied logo below the 12 o'clock position. All looks really good. It's set off under a sapphire crystal that has inner AR application, very strong application. You can see a beautiful iridescent sheen, reflection in the right light. I really like that. And the luminescence used here is Superluminova BGW9. So we've got actually pretty potent lume, which is something that's usually lacking from Vostok watches. I'm glad to see the improvement here with Dimitri's own line. Now, there's one more piece of marine inspiration. If we take a look at the back of the watch, you can see a Typhoon class SSBN propeller stamped into the case back here. That looks really, really cool. And it's nice and smooth too, no hot spots. This is gonna sit well on wrist. I'll give you guys a wrist shot. This is the watch on my 7.25 inch wrists. It's a large piece, no doubt about it, and it's not for everybody. But I actually really like what's at play here. This crown actually doesn't dig into my wrist. I mean, you probably could if you got your arm in the right angle, but it wears surprisingly well. And I think that's due to the relatively short, lug-to-lug length. This is basically a circular case here. It's a conical in shape, but it actually sits pretty well on wrist. And I like the rubber strap here. The rubber strap has some nice hardware, bead blasted, signed, and even the bolts there securing it to the strap mimic what's found here on the bezel. The movement that's in the watch is a Seiko-made NH35 caliber, so very solid Japanese-made movement. I think it's great for the price point. Again, guys, this is $230, so a lot of watch for the money with the texturized dial, the movement, the lume, the sapphire crystal. The really cool case, I might add, is partly done in stainless steel, and then the black portion is done in carbon fiber, so it's going to be very scratch resistant. It adds to, I think, the comfort of the watch because it drops a little bit of weight. And even if you do mark it, that color goes all the way through the carbon fiber, so it's going to hide wear very, very well. So overall, Dmitry has brought a very solid watch to market. 200 meters of water resistance, definitely just really bold styling. I think it's pretty iconic. I really like this. It's a good watch if you want to mix it up. You want to wear something that has value for money, some interesting design DNA, and some definite wrist presence. So I think it's actually pretty well done, especially when you consider the price point. So I'll leave a link to the watch. It comes in 3 different colors. I have the black and red color, but there's some other pretty cool ones too that you guys can check out if you're interested. So big thanks to Dimitri for sending this one in for review. Thanks to you guys for taking the time to watch. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.